Perhaps one of the greatest things to happen in bass fishing, and one that spawned just as many styles of baits as techniques involved, was the creation of
With so many plastic baits and techniques to choose from, we sometimes lose sight of the simple things. For me, that means a real simple Texas rig. Although many baits can be fished in a Texas rig fashion, my favorite is the plastic worm. For now, let's start with a simple 6-inch or 8-inch plastic worm rig. To assemble this rig, all you need is a size 3/0 or 4/0 offset worm hook, appropriate size weight, and a plastic worm. I choose a 3/0 worm hook for worms of 6 inches in size and a 4/0 worm hook for worms of 8 inches or more. Also let the conditions dictate
set the hook. The swings are free. You notice all throughout this video that some of the things that I do with my worm are all the same. Whether it be a worm or a crawdad or a tube or any kind of thing that I'm going to hop on the bottom, I really like to keep my finger right in front of the reel so that it's maintaining contact with the line. That gives me the opportunity to feel a bite that I wouldn't have felt otherwise. Sometimes the bites with any kind of a plastic, they may be mushy, they may just swim off with it, they may hit it real hard. Each bite is separate, each bite is different. They're all different, so you really have to pay attention to what you're doing out in the water. And by keeping my finger in front of the line, lets me maintain contact with my bait.
It's not really clear when the first Carolina rig was used or invented, but one thing's for certain, it's one rig you should definitely know how to fish. It accounts for many fish catches all throughout the year, but pre-spawn and post-spawn is my favorite time of year to fish the Carolina rig. It's also a great way to find summertime bass when they're in their hideouts in deep water. Over the last several years, one technique has changed the way we think about finesse in deep water fishing. The drop shot rig employs a simple hook, weight, and bait combination, just like many other plastic rigs with one exception. The bait is actually rigged in front of the weight, rather than it being a weight forward rig. To assemble this rig, simply start with a size 2 or size 4 thin wire
rig really excels when fishing isolated little pieces of cover. Rock piles, individual stumps, long tapering points are some of my favorite places to fish the drop shot rig. Use your boat's sonar to locate these fish. So far we've looked at a variety of different baits, rigged with a simple hook and weight combination. Now it's time to look at some different baits and ways to rig them. The use of a jig head to rig your plastics is just as popular as a hook and weight combination, and there's no rule as to what baits can be rigged this way. There are some baits, however, that fish a whole lot more effective with this method. There's an infinite variety of jig heads to choose from depending upon style of bait and technique. Some of my favorites include weed guard style, ball head style, and football style heads, with each having a specific purpose. I like weed guard heads for fishing a hula grub or creature style bait.